authentic frontier gibberish.
It's mind-boggling to you, yeah.
The Bad Boys!
If I can be serious for a minute.
Punch some people in the face.
Copulating with wild women.
Might need to tone it down, just...
Tone down what?
Oh, that's a good question.
Because we are class.
I don't even know who you are.
And you are trash.
Hey, welcome to the Midcast, guys. I am here with the most Spanish Russian guy I've ever met. We're here with Boris Aguilar. How you doing, Boris?
I'm doing fantastic. It's midweek. We're talking wrestling, but it's the midweek here on wherever this is going, on the many places that we post, because we love and are so unorganized that
the end of 2025 is fun. We're just rolling through. It's like the C2, you know, where there's so many matches and so many people and so much stuff happening. Hopefully we can streamline it for next year. We'll get a proper booking committee.
We will. That's next step. Next step. 2026, big stuff for Boris and Hutch. Hutch and Boris. The Butch. Or the Horace.
Oh my God. Yes, we can be Horace Hogan. I'll get one of these little cartoon guys here down below. We'll make it Horace Hogan, and it'll just instead of Roddy, we'll go with Boris.
There we go.
Boris. Oh my God. Maybe we should do this late at night anymore. All right.
I know, right? So how are you? How's your week been, man? It's been a couple days since we've spoken.
Yes, everything, man. All day today has been pretty fun day for me. Loud day, and now we got a little. Unfortunately, just recently, I now have a baby down here sleeping. Was having trouble sleeping where it's supposed to sleep, and now it's very close to this room, so I'm feeling a little more subdued than usual. I'm nervous.
Maybe this is the trick to get you to focus on the shows.
My little
there we
eyes.
go.
All right,
I think I figured it out. Crack the code. Here we go.
It feels weird being quiet. I'm all like,
I know.
Can I get my emotion across?
I feel like something's gonna happen. Like some jump scare is gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna happen. But man, since we've spoken, there's been 2, 4, 6.5 hours of pro wrestling.
Oh yeah,
6.5.
Yes, there has. Oh yeah, because of Monday Night Raw and whatnot. Man, lots going on. They made not to talk about me anymore, but the deep voice thing is weird. I feel like when I'm at work, there's times where I'm in a position of authority, and guys always tell me like, "Okay, calm down, chill out," and I'm like, I am chilled out. I realize that when I'm like giving orders to a bunch of people or a room or my voice gets high pitched when I get excited and loud, which happens on commentary at the wrestling shows, and it happens on the podcast, and it makes me sound like I'm like uptight, but really it's just, that's how I project. I don't project with my diaphragm. I'm not on Broadway.
I got the same. Apparently I have resting bitch face a lot. So then I'm like, you know what? Let me be me. You actually want to piss me off? Keep saying that.
I've wondered that sometimes as I'm talking, I like take a look over at like the screen, and I'm just like, geez, Boris, man. Sorry, bud. What did I say?
I've noticed that, and it's funny that you even say that. So especially the last one. So I have two screens, and they're nowhere near each other. So it really and I try to look at my camera as much as humanly possible, knowing that that's the best way to interact with the audience. Yada yada.
Yeah,
yada.
I have you right in front of me, right, so I can see you.
So I have my notes because someone has to be organized in this show, in front of me. So you're kind of off to the side a little bit. So when I do want to see you.
You gotta look off to the side. Okay, I look off to the side when I want to look directly at the camera, but I have you directly here. I didn't want to have like the camera and you and stack everything up here all in a row. I'm sure some people do crazy stuff. I used to have a much longer studio. The room I'm in now is wide, but I used to have like a very nice wide and long room. It was great. I had like all kinds of great. It's amazing. As soon as I started podcasting and YouTubing in earnest was like literally 3 or 4 months after like the biggest, most equipped and like useful space that I'd had for years was like suddenly taken away. And then it was like, hey, let's do all this stuff. And I was like, shit. And I like literally all my keyboards are gone, all my MIDI stuff, like everything's gone. It's all in boxes and like, okay, whatever,
I know that feeling.
Yeah, so now I got crying babies where I'm like, be quiet, don't get too excited about the wrestle.
I hear you. No, man. It's funny that you like. Yeah, I've changed my equipment so often. Even the past year, I have whole new equipment because I also do like producing. Right, next Monday on the 8th, bottom line, right beside the Hockey Hall of Fame, I'm going to be producing a live hockey podcast for a charity for ALS research. Nice. It's going to be a really good time. Bottom line. 5 p.m. It is the Rick Vive, former Leaf captain. He's one of the hosts. With the Ultimate Leafs fan, he's the other host. And they're doing a charity for ALS before the Leafs game later that night. I'll be producing. We're gonna go live on YouTube and other places. But yeah, see, this is why I like these mid shows, because we get to be us. We get to the listeners, watchers, viewers, whatever. They get to learn about us. That's some of the feedback that I get. It's like, I've listened to you for so long, and I know nothing about you.
Part of me was thinking, like, all right, this is the part where people are gonna tune out, bro. They're not gonna want to hear about us personally. Although they'll love to hear about the hockey. Funny day. Just before we got on, I was talking to you. I saw Kingdom James. Anthony Kingdom James. Check him out online. Does comic stuff. My name is Kingdom. But he was doing a promo for the Union, which was his. I want to say his older promotion, which now does specialty events here once in a while. It's been quite a while, but they're doing an event at the Transact, which is a great little place for wrestling. Fight used to be out of there, a precursor to Super Kicked and other things, which in some ways is precursor to what I'm working with. And he was making kind of like a joke, like, hey, I want to let all the people know who might not know that they're welcome at the Transact. And he just like started listing off like Canadian celebrities and famous people, and and he's just like, hey, just in case you want to know, you're welcome to come. And then, of course, turning it around to like, yeah, you are not welcome to come, Doug Ford, and you are not welcome to come, freaking Bateman, like the NHL, fucking. Yeah. And he's just like, all you guys, like, no, none of you people are allowed to come. So that's pretty fun there. But I used to think when I worked with Kingdom was in VCW, Victory Commonwealth Wrestling, and we had a thing we were trying to get Pinball Clemens to come out at the time. Like he was he'd just been coach for a few years, like he was doing breakfast TV or something all the time. We were like, man, get Pinball Clemens to come out as a commissioner or do something like, and because he's stout but small and like the big face, and I was just like, he would be great to do a wrestling segment or get him on commentary for a while, like, but it didn't happen. But anyways, I guess what I'm saying is, bring out the Leafs guys. Let's do this.
Yeah, exactly.
To Demand Lucha or to our podcast, whatever.
Exactly. A little bit of A, a little bit of B, maybe both. But yeah, man. We have a lot to talk about here. Where shall we start? What are you thinking? Where do you want to start? A little more informal.
Dynamite just ended. You want to go with Dynamite?
Let's start with some Dynamite. AEW. Pretty good episode. Good matches. There's one glaring thing that just bothers me constantly with AEW. And I know this is now nitpicking to the nth degree, but it's something that fucking bothers me so much. I can't shake it. I've been talking about this for so long. I don't think I've talked in our show about this, but today it was just so not even visible, very audible, that it just bothered me so much to the point where I wanted to change the channel. No, I can't stretch it. You always say, Boris, you don't talk enough on our show. I'm talking. Now you want me to keep going. Come on. No. Which one do you want?
When you talk, you need to say something. There's a difference. If you just want to make noise, I can do that. I'm pretty good at doing that.
That's our show's typical. But in all seriousness, it's the mixing of the announcers, the mixing of the music is the worst one. And I know that it's a smaller venue. I get that, but the way that it sounds, it just bothers me so much.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, it was glaring with the Jungle Boy music the most of all when they came out. So I'm wondering if that's what got you. Because was it before the Okada match started the whole thing, right? So
no, it was from the get-go. It was the intro, like having Samoa Joe come out, like, and then Eddie Kingston's music, like just all of that. The mixing of the crowd with the entrance music, with the announcers, with the commentators, all of it just like, I don't know. It really bothered me.
Funny now, I didn't really take notes, but I wrote down each segment or thing as it happened. I just wrote down what they like. I have Okada and basically, then I've got Roddy, Paragon. I'm just gonna talk about it. So I just have like little things, Fletcher. So I was just writing down what the segments were, but I actually started late, so I came in the middle of Eddie and Eddie and Samoa Joe. But I did get the gist of he said he was, usually he's in a suit when he's the champ, but they're in like Indiana or something in the middle of nowhere. So maybe that's the problem, it could be, maybe have they been in this arena before, the crew, who knows what's going on. They probably stream the music off Spotify or something ridiculous like that. Like, who knows, maybe they're completely amateur.
And again, like I know that it's the stupidest complaint, but it's just like it really does bother me for some reason. I don't know why. I have it just does, and it's one of those things that like nitpicking, but it's there. And I know I'm not the only one that notices this. I've had other people comment to me that they notice it as well, and it's just something I wanted to bring up. But
AEW is the ultimate indie, right? And this is the indies always have that problem. ROH,
dude,
man, I couldn't believe sometimes their sound would be bad, or they would have like the color correcting off on cameras. Like one would be slightly green or too cool, and the other's warm, And like GCW's the biggest indie out there, and their audio's atrocious. Yes, to the point
remember
that I
ROH shows. Sorry. Remember the ROH shows when they used to run Maple Leaf Gardens, like whatever it's Mattamy Center now.
Mattamy Center, yeah.
Dude, those shows were just horrendous, absolutely horrendous. Just because such a large area, and they're using some of it, and they have zero overhead lighting. It's just the worst. It was absolutely the worst.
It was weird going there as a fan because you like walk in and then there's like the most of like an auditorium, and then you get there and then the whole back half is like filled, and it was kind of neat. In fact, I remember I was with Jay Moore, the infamous Jay Moore, and we had to leave just before the end of Young Bucks and Briscoes, I think it was, like as the main event, one of the All-Star extravaganzas, the one where Elgin actually lost the title, so I don't think it was the Briscoes.
Yes,
he lost it to Jay, right?
Yep.
So I can't remember who the Young Bucks were against, but it was like an amazing match. But we had to go, and like literally by the time we like got just to the doors, it was the end of the match. So we were like kind of watching it as we were walking away. And we're like, oh, we got to see the end. We were the first ones out. They had Elgin lose in Toronto because they didn't want to renew his visa, and they were gonna like get him off of the brand. So like they kind of abandoned him. Like literally when they left Canada, the whole convoy left, and they left Elgin behind, like leaving the champion behind. It's like White Zombie, like abandoning their drummer one day. They were just like, we hate this guy, and they just all left him and got a new drummer. And like just all got on a bus or a plane or whatever. Bottom line is they were in some city, and they were just like high school. They were all like, let's fucking book. Let's ditch, and just come out of the bathroom like, where the fuck's my band? Where's my bus?
And having said that, dude, we've all watched ROH shows at Ted Reeve Arena, and here we are complaining about Maple Leaf Gardens or Mattamy Center.
I like Ted Reeves, man. I like that.
I love Ted Reeve Arena. Things
look good. You know what it is? At Ted Reeves, I've had like amazing interactions and experiences. Like going to the Mattamy Center, you go up through everything, and then you're upstairs and you're in the wrestling event. Go to Ted Reeves, all you got to do is walk around the side of the building, and I'm like literally talking with freaking, you're like talking with everybody, like they're all there.
Yep,
it's crazy. Walk inside and end up talking with Jushin Thunder Liger for a couple minutes with his mask off, and you're just like, oh yeah, and blah 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 blah. I guess not everybody gets those experiences, but like I was allowed to go around, and it was not difficult. Literally, It was just, oh hey dude, how you doing, right? Even the hey how you doing's at Mattamy is like, oh hey how you doing? Let's stay on that side of the barricade, dude. And I'm like, okay, cool, right?
Where the wrestlers go, it's like completely it's like just around the corner from where the fans go, but it's like so much security. And Ted Reeves, like I've been lucky as well. Like that's where I had like a 10-minute conversation with Naito, not in Japanese, not in English, but in Spanish.
Oh, there you go. Because of course, he did really well down there at CMML. Brought the Holden Gobernables thing together for him and his career. But Ted Reeves, good place. Only twice in my life, like when the crowd is loud and everything, and then it like calms down just for a second, and then you hear one guy yell something, even though it's like a crowd of like 1,000, 2,000 people. I've been that guy twice in my life. Once was at a Primus concert. And as it calmed down, like at the break, I yelled something, and Les Claypool like fucking snapped and like pointed up at me because I was on the balcony. I was like, yeah. But the other time was at that ROH show at Ted, where the one where I talked to Liger. So I don't actually remember what the show was. I think it was a War of the Worlds, probably. Or like
probably
or whatever. Yeah, their War of the Worlds thing, right? Anyways, there was one point, it was total grappling. So like as they were going through the chain wrestling, the crowd was slowly getting into it and like watching, and they're not like, and I did the old wrestling, and I'm like, wow, man, it was freaking awesome. It was one of the best reactions of my life. I literally had an entire arena like cheer for me for a second. I was like, oh man, that's great. Like better than any other time I've been on stage. But it was just like awesome. Randomly in the crowd at ROH. It was awesome.
There we go.
So yeah, anyways,
good times. Tokyo Dome North, as I used to call it.
It is pretty fun. Yeah,
it is.
Having to stay quiet is a little weird.
It's weird. Dude,
It's making
I'm
me feel
so weirded out right now.
Yeah, because I'm not yelling. I'm really sorry. And to anybody that digs that, that's cool. But there will be very little yelling today. But what can you do?
Exactly.
I'll bring it hard
back
next
to.
time.
All right, so so Joe and Eddie Kingston kind of a quick face to face, no blow ups, no anything. They said what they needed to say, and Eddie Kingston just left the ring.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think it was a good promo. Okay. I thought this was pretty good. Joe, Joe dissed the crowd, but I'm feeling okay. I got to shake off this whole baby. Screw the damn baby. Okay. Let's get rid of this. I'm thinking that Joe is entering a different phase as champion now. I was talking the other day about Gunther and him not being like a cheating heel or a shitty heel, and how it was interesting that he did the low blow for the win. We haven't talked about that yet because that was Monday, right? So we're ahead of ourselves. But anyways, Joe is being different. Joe has never been a chicken shit heel. He's never been a cheating heel. He's never been a coward heel who leaves the ring when his opponents come to chase after him, who has backup in the form of goons. Joe has cheated to win, and he's always been altruistic. He's always had a chip on his shoulder. Young Joe champion was King's Road, strong style, I got this. AEW World Champion Joe was all like, I got this, and he beat MJF. He didn't cheat to win. MJF was at the end of I think they were doing the whole injured, long reign, blah, 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 and Joe just was like, thump, Joe champ. This is the different Joe. This is the chicken shit heel Joe. So is he getting old? Is he right? He had to, and it was a freaking Hook. Tempest was online, who will be at our Christmas show, Demand Lucha, doing commentary with me at the Parkdale Hall on December 18th. But Tempest, formerly of Wrestle Talk and now of Wrestle Purists, he was right online being like, Hook is the main event. Is the crux, the fulcrum of main events in 2025, and then Hangman today on the show being like, Hook, you telling me it was bloody Hook? See, that was where I would usually be screaming, right? I'm like doing the quiet scream now. You telling me it would be Hook? Is that what you're trying to tell me? So it's like, Joe has his backup. He's the chicken shit heel. I think it's kind of interesting, and I guess maybe, I don't know what the Eddie Kingston angle is. I don't think, if you're not online YouTube, then you weren't seeing a lot of Eddie Kingston and Hook. When you're seeing them, you're seeing them in the pre-show against, was it Captain, whoever they fought against, the Workhorsemen or something?
Yeah.
So wow, that's a glamorous spot. I almost felt like they got them in, like I was saying last time, that was in Jersey. They were giving them and Boom AJ and whatnot for the Jersey crowd. At least that's what I thought at the time, but I guess they were getting some more Eddie and Hook on TV to be like, see, they're friends, right?
Exactly.
But yeah, so they haven't given us a lot of that. And speaking of not being on YouTube, we got Alicia from here in Toronto, interviewing Hook afterwards. Hook barely speaks on TV, has barely spoken ever, and now we need an explanation, I guess. I mean, your explanation is kind of like, yeah, you guys are all suckers. I played you from the beginning. We showed all the footage last week, right? We showed the clips. Fuck you people. Gotta beep that, I guess. But that's classic AEW storyline where they just assume that everybody's a supermark. That's why you get some of these reviewers in this space who pop off all the time about no storylines. I heard somebody popping off about the Continental Classic having no storylines, which I got to admit I kind of disagree with this year. But
I agree with.
Yeah. Joe.
Disagree with. Agree with you.
You agree with me? Okay. Well then, so Joe, chicken shit heel. Weird.
I like it.
So we'll see what happens.
It's good. Like you said, age, I'm sure, does play a bit of a factor, but I have a feeling it's just going to be a different run, right? And I can even see him after next week when he has his goons beat up Kingston for the win. The following week, he's going to say, look, my first run, I was alone. I didn't have anyone. Now I have people, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, and that's another thing. It's almost what I want to say about the Continental Classic was going to be my big line. We know who's going to win, but we kind of know who's going to win. There's a little bit of what if with Gunther and LA Knight. There's a little bit of what if with Takeshita and Okada. Is Fletcher going to be one of the last two people instead of those two? There's a little bit of what if, but we pretty much know that it's Gunther, and we pretty much know it's going to be Takeshita and Okada in the final. And there's really no what if here with Eddie Kingston. Eddie Kingston is not winning this. This is another step in the road of Eddie Kingston almost did it. And I think they're going to give him, in combination with the chicken shit heel, Joe's getting old. Joe is always been self-aware. He's always been good at that. He knows who he is, you know? Like, anybody ever seen Angel Heart? I know I am. Hey, the egg is a symbol of soul. You want an egg, buddy? Now we got the devil right here, right? You want an egg? There you go. Have you seen Angel Heart? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I wasn't sure. Yeah, so, you know, Joe knows who he is, and Joe is anyways, kind of lost my train of thought there thinking about Angel Heart. But yeah, he knows who he is, so he knows this time he's barely going to eke it out, and they're going to give Eddie every last little bit of it. He's going to almost do it, and Joe's going to, he's going to be so close, and they're going to steal it from him with cheating and winning, right? And they're going to give him that almost to the edge. But there's no way they're putting the strap on Eddie. Like, it can't happen. So in some ways, you know, the Angel says like, oh yeah, Eddie Kingston having a promo against Samoa Joe. This is great. And they're going to go head to head and have a hell of a match next week. This is going to be great. But the devil in me says, yeah, freaking they promoted in the middle of nowhere in Buttfuck, Indiana with bad sound and like no crowd. And yeah, they're gonna have a match next week that's like pure AEW. Great. They're gonna wrestle for 45 minutes, and we know who's gonna win. And it's gonna be all interference, like, you know. So there's column A, column B, but I'm looking forward to it.
Same. All right. Shall we move on to the first match? Pac Okada, Continental Classic Gold League.
I know they're pushing Okada as like the heel and the asshole in the whole relationship, but man, they could turn him face. It would not take long. Like his like just that. Barely eking out over Pac, you know, and the way that he like sold getting out of the ring, and the smatterings of applause for him, because once again we've got heel dynamic here, and there's a reason for it because of the tournament, but yeah, like, you know, the devil says heel, this is bullshit. I don't care if it's the second time they fought each other. This was heatless and weird, and what's Okada doing with these double titles, and why is he even in the tournament if he's going to defend the title at the end of it? Like, I mean, you could go on and on, but bottom line is we got Okada against Pac. It was pretty good, and then the dropkick in this one, I want to say it was good, except I think Kevin Knight gave a better dropkick later to Kyle Fletcher halfway through that match. He just nailed him. That was amazing. So yeah, like, fun little match, and Okada just barely winning. Like, is Okada doing the self-aware thing too? Is that why he's shitting on Takeshita? Is that why he's like barely when he lost, you know, last week? This might be a change for Okada too. But man, don't get me started on these damn belts and their explanations of it.
Yeah, let's not even start with that. Ricochet had a pretty good promo with the Gates of Agony, pumping up Ring of Honor's pay-per-view. Oh, yeah, by the way, they have a pay-per-view this Friday, and Collision on Saturday.
Yeah, and he said he's going to be at both of them. So we've got Ricochet taking on Dalton Castle. We've got the six-pack challenge, or what is it, the survival of the fittest. That should be fun. I'd like to see them like do a title switch or do something weird there. Who's all the people in it? Is it the Beast?
We'll preview it. We'll preview it at the end of the show, along with NXT Deadline.
All right,
ROH.
And we got some Monet. Bottom line about this show, I love ROH. I want to pseudo-love this product, and I try to watch it because I want to support it. And I think, like, as long as Tony Khan, you know, keeps it alive, then maybe something can happen one day. Maybe it can verge off again. You know, right now it's, you know, it was over here, and now it's over here, and it's going to verge off again, like another multiverse. Like, who knows? Somebody could buy it. He could do something with it, figure it out. So I want to support it, but I don't see any titles changing hands here. I don't see anything drastic happening. Is the tag title on the line? No, or like Sammy. I haven't heard a wisp from Sammy Guevara or any of this stuff.
He's in that six pack or whatever challenge.
He's in it. Okay, so yeah. I guess the tag titles aren't on the line then, or is that who's got is him and Roosh? I should know this because I like my ROH, but I don't know, man. He's in the Ingobernables now.
We'll touch on that after. But yeah,
okay. I don't see any titles changing hands here, so I don't see a lot going on. But Ricochet, you know, I like Ricochet. Demand. I don't know. It is a bit okay. Toa Leone, I think he might have a future. Who knows? But this national title thing, it does feel like, if we're gonna go on with the devil side here, it just feels like they're trying to give Ricochet something. I don't know what is going on with the title scene here in AEW and ROH, but Yeah, Ricochet promo.
Everyone's got a
I don't know
tell.
what to say.
Cal Fletcher.
I was gonna say, should I
versus
check
Kevin
my
Knight?
notes? I made notes about what comes next. Yes,
I
it's
doubt
Cal
that.
Fletcher after Ricochet here. Those are my notes. Yeah. All right. So I like the body. They were talking about the body slam. They were like, "Oh, Kyle Fletcher's body slam and his Michinoku driver." And I had mentioned when I just did the Raw review that I did for fun how when I was younger, I used to love the reversal of the body slam, and they used to talk about like shifting the weight. They're like, "Oh, you got him out. Oh, he shifted his weight, and then and he fell down. Bam!" And it had nothing to do with the famous Andre Hogan spot or anything. They used to do it all the time. I used to love it.
Yeah.
I really bought into that shit when I was a kid. It's like, oh, he shifted his weight. Good stuff. But I think Fletcher's got a hell of a brain buster. You know, better. There was I saw a Twitter thing where the people are like, you can only pick one. You know, and they show two moves from two guys. Well, there was Jimmy Garvin's brainbuster against Coco Beware's brainbuster, and Coco's brainbuster is like some vicious stuff. The Ghostbuster, and Kyle Fletcher, I've always loved his, even back in Japan, back in the Aussie Open days, because he's so tall and he drops it Japan style because he's like a Will Ospreay mark and they're good friends. So he's like, I'm gonna do it just like Willie. So yeah, good stuff. Fun little match here.
Yeah. Kevin Knight continues to show why he's damn good. Man, Kevin Knight, Javon Evans, and like, yeah, we're good. And Leon Slater, wrestling's in good hands.
Yeah. I like going, like, funny enough, I was mentioning the body slam. Another thing I liked was how commentary, like, we're talking about the technical aspect of the body slam, which made me think of William Regal when they used to, like, they were talking about the 50 greatest moves in WWE or finishers or whatever. It was like when they used to have the network and they would have make specials and just trying to make any content they could. And William Regal was the only guy who would explain the moves like as technically as he could. And when he got to the AA, he was just like, oh, John Cena. You know, and that, like, he gets you up in the fireman's carry, up on those huge boulder shoulders, and he lifts you in the air, and up driving you down with the force of his muscles into the canvas fly. And he would, like, explain, like, the G forces and stuff, and, like, because of the way he would explain it, he's like, you know, basically, like, that's right, I was trained by Robinson, I've been tied in knots, I got my accent, so I'm explaining to you that the AA is devastating, and I'm going to tell you how. And I was like, it's freaking awesome. And he does it a lot faster than I just did because I'm so loquacious. Goddamn, never shut up. But yeah, it basically was sentence and a half. He made it sound like it was the most devastating thing in the world. And of course, it's devastating. It's John Cena delivering the fireman's carry rollover slam, also known as the AA. It's devastating. Oh, it's too late to be doing this.
No, it's not. Kyle Fletcher wins.
Crazy.
Pretty good match.
Yeah.
Oddly timed commercial after this match. Thought when Don Callis and Josh Alexander and Hechicero go into the ring. Very weird commercial. Long story short, Don Callis calls out the Young Bucks. Everyone gets into a fight. The peasants rejoice.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I'm this Don Callis, just too many people, too much stuff. I really don't know what to say about this faction at the moment, but I am kind of enjoying it to a degree, but he just seems like such a carny. You know, like I really wish I believed that he was in charge or like smart or rich. Like it all just seems like he's like, I don't know. Do you see what I mean?
They just give him a mic. That's literally his faction is literally a bunch of people who can't cut promos.
Yeah, but he can barely cut a promo, really. Like, just because, like, it's what I was going to say about Monet later on when she does her promo. Like, she's been in, like, everybody wants to say that she's so awful, and, like, she would look at you and be like, what are you talking about? Like, I have an agent, I've been on The Mandalorian, like, I do other things, like, well, who the hell are you, Mark, neckbeard dude, or whatever, with your opinion online? But the truth is, like, I know lots of people that can remember their lines. And I know a lot of freaking bitchy motherfuckers. Oh, I shouldn't say that on YouTube. I know a lot of bitchy people, women, men, whatever. And they can like, but like she's trying to remember her lines and say them like that. And doesn't mean that she's a good actress. Like even when she paused, it was like, and she's like, does that not sound successful to you? Like just because she's saying it with strength and emotion and remembering it doesn't mean it's good. You know, like some people just aren't good at that. And unfortunately, she's being given the spotlight and she's a great wrestler and whatever, you know, all power to her. but she ain't good at it. Sorry.
There you go.
And I don't think
an
Don
opinion.
Callis is very good at it either. He seems like a carny. Like, I wish I believed it. I wish he was Lex Luthor, not Dr. Evil. Because really, he's Dr. Evil, man. He's such a goof. And it would be nice if he was
That's
Dr.
awesome.
Evil. Because, like, Tony Khan's rich. You want somebody that feels real. Like, the only reason he has power is because he's getting paid by Tony Khan and he's part of the company. Like, there's no real threat from the Don Callis family. You know what I mean? It's kind of weird. It's not like Ric Flair showing up saying he's the consortium and I've bought power in the company, or Shane McMahon saying I bought WCW. Like, those are even kind of loose. Like, I don't know how you can really be something that's a threat. I guess, the reason McMahon and Stone Cold work so well is because McMahon couldn't get rid of Stone Cold, not because he was the champion. That was sometimes the storyline. They're trying to get the belt off him. But the truth is, he's the biggest draw, the biggest T-shirt seller. He's the man, and he hates the boss and hates everything about the boss, and the boss can't control him. And so, like, that's the storyline, right?
It was timing as well with McMahon, right? Like, for the longest time, a lot of people didn't know he was the owner, right?
Yes, of course. But I mean, like, there's no threat of that with Callis. Tony Khan can fire him.
Yeah, no,
tomorrow.
exactly.
There's no value. There's no threat. There's no, like, I can't live without you. I don't know where I'm going from this. I mean, maybe I should have made some sense.
Timeless Love Bombs versus Mega Problems, Hardcore Holiday Death Match, AEW Women's World Tag Team Championship semifinal match. That was a lot. That was a lot to say.
That was a lot to say. They'll do the choreographed intro with the two ladies.
I
That was
love
very
those.
fun.
I love those.
Yes. And I was thinking, like, business is about to pick up. Actually, when I wrote that, what did I write? Did I write that down? Business was about to pick up, and I thought that was funny. Yeah, Don's promo, and I wrote boo beside Don's promo again. Yeah, this was pretty neat. They had Harley Cameron and Willow on beforehand, right? Doing like a little promo, or they did like a little package about them.
Yep.
Because I wrote down like Harley's second match. She said something about my Willow was my second match ever. I was like, this is not a positive thing to talk about, that your second match was on live TV. And I don't know. I think that's a bit of a faux pas. And I also think the faux pas of the like two face teams at the end. Like, I understand you're a sicko, you're a mark, and you want to pretend like, I guess in real sports you wouldn't be able to organize it so that the bad guys are against the good guys. And Tony Khan, who's been in real sports his whole life, I mean, if the Boston Red Sox are against the Yankees in the World Series at the end, like, those are like the two biggest merch selling teams in the league and have the biggest fan base. And so, like, you want that as an owner and as a marketer and as the league, right? So maybe he thinks that. Maybe he thinks, oh, I want Harley and I want the Love Bombs because they're my two big merch selling, people love them and they're going to love it. But I think it dilutes whoever loses in some fashion. Unless Willow and Harley go over, then it just dilutes everything.
I can see them going over.
Yeah, I can too, which is the great thing about AEW. Like, you really can never tell sometimes, even though I was saying that about Eddie Kingston. If against WWE more often than not. I mean,
Yes.
Case in point with Joe, right? Winning the title.
Exactly.
Yeah, like for me right now, the only thing you can do is Willow and Harley, because Mina and Tony can't get any more over than they are. Like, what the hell, man? Like, they could set babies on fire right now, and people will be like, "Oh, okay, that was weird, but we love you," you know.
They don't need the titles whatsoever. They like
Exactly,
they're literally going to gain nothing
You're
from
going
getting
to
those titles.
You're going to diminish the other team if they lose, even if it's a hard fought battle. And just a cherry on top of it is at least 50% or more of people, when the whole thing was announced, was like, oh, well, Tony and Mina are going to win. You know, Tony lost the title and now she's going to get this title and they're going to do it, right? You know, you had some people that were like, Monet's just going to get another title or whatever. But it was pretty much across the board. Everybody's like, oh, yeah, this is Tony and Mina's, tournament to win. So be nice to swerve us. Do it, Tony. Now that I'm talking about it, I think that's definitely what's happening. Like, they can't be stupid, right?
We'll see. In a week's time, when we're
Yes, they
having another recording, we will.
Yeah, we'll
play
find out
this back.
there. All right. Yeah, what else did I want to say? Oh, we're not talking about them. We're talking about the match, right? So this match was crazy. I like that they came out, they did the choreographed dance, and then like immediately as they got in the ring, like Tony went straight for her. Like, this is the kind of stuff like I live for, right? Choreographed dance and then aggressive women. Okay, cool. And I like they're both dressed like mechanics or something. Yeah, I could not love these ladies more. I don't know. Weird match. Weird hardcore. Like no matter how good Marina Shafir gets, she's still weird, man. Like the mother's milk and all that stuff, and like the setup for the mother's milk. Like, I mean, I know what the submission is, but have they ever like slammed someone into it before? Like when she got down and like got it, put her legs in, she's all like, "Okay, let's do it." I was like, "What are you gonna do?" And then Excalibur's like, "Shut up for the mother's milk," and I'm like, "What you gonna do?" Like military slam press her into your freaking breasts, and then you're gonna smother her? I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
You mean like a meme of Mr. Slave from South Park. Every time I say Jesus Christ, you can like hit the what do they call those things? The Streamlab button thing?
Yeah.
God, I'm such a noob.
The button.
I'm such a noob. Yeah. You don't even know what it's called either. Great.
Dude, shut up.
I had a MIDI keyboard. I had to set up on a MIDI keyboard before because I'm an old man, right? I'll just go MIDI.
Soundboard.
Right? No, it's not even called a soundboard. There's like a fucking name. Yeah, I know what it is. But what about the trademarked like Streamlabs version name that they have for it? Stream Deck. Bam. Right? That's what
there
they call
you go.
it.
Yes. Yeah, Stream Decks.
Stream Deck. What were we talking about again? Yeah, this match. Smothering. Anyways. Smothering.
Smothers milk.
Smothers milk. Love bomb's over. Let's move on.
There we go.
People want to get
Mercedes
to know us,
Moné.
Boris. This is the stuff they live for, right?
Exactly. Mercedes Moné talked. She said some stuff. She's facing, who the fuck is she facing on Friday? Is it Red Velvet?
Mm-hmm. Oh wait, did we talk about Luther? Speaking of Red Velvet, believe it or not, you said red, and I thought about Santa Claus first. Immediately, the brain works fast, eh? It was like, oh, Luther.
I know, right? Yeah, I forgot that he returned. Yeah,
dude, too bad. I think they I don't know. Things happen fast in the ring. Bam, he was trying to get the finger up through, and it all screwed up or whatnot. But yeah, nice to see Luther back.
I guess
I got gingerbread cookies again.
Motherfucker.
Dude, I guess it's like my girl's like Wednesday night. She's doing cookies.
There you go.
It's not my fault.
The Ops versus Dark Order for the Trios Championships.
That backstage promo. Weird. And like Reynolds, don't screw this up for us. I'm like, wow, you don't talk much on TV, do you? I guess Monet's like a 10-star actor compared to that one-liner. He's like backstage. John Silver's like, don't worry, man, you got this. And he's all like, don't screw this up for us, man. Don't screw this up for us, man. Man, don't screw this up for us, man. It's like, you got this. Okay, I'll say it. And he's like waiting. Hangman, don't screw this up for us, man. He's like, yeah, I'm the man. I got it. Right? As soon as they yelled cut, Silver was like, you got it, man. That was amazing, man. He's like, thanks, dude. All right, no, sorry. Those guys are cool. And Uno's local here. Like Uno's a former tag team champion 2 times at Demand Lucha. So hey.
There you go.
Gotta love Paul.
Super Smash Brothers. Yep.
Yes. Anyways, I don't know what they're gonna do. Are they gonna just have the 3 Ops guys not defend the belts? It's just Hook's gonna come out all the time. So it's always going to be an eliminator match, and until you beat the 3 of them, then Joe will be deigned enough to come down and to like give you a title shot. All
exactly.
Right.
That's exactly what's going to happen.
There's a world where they just give the title. He heals out, and he's like, I'm giving this to Hook, as a present, especially because in the opening promo, your dad, greatest second generation wrestler, the lineage of champions. I'm like, wait, what? The ECW and the FTW championship? Like, man, he put over Taz
and the hardcore,
so hard.
The WWF hardcore title.
All right, but that's what heels do, right? So yeah, I don't know. If they're not going to let Jay White give it to Juice, and they had to let go of it. There was a time recently, like way back, like last year, January, April, somewhere in there, when they had the double title. They both had the titles.
Yep.
And man, that whole thing. And New Japan ended up getting rid of vacating their titles because of Okada, because he didn't want to lose it, but then was assigned to AEW. Man, they should have had somebody get all 3 of the titles and done like a unified triple title thing. And then at least you'd have like a real belt out there, a real something or other. Anyways, Tony Khan with his unifying and ununifying. We'll get into that, right?
Well, I think we're going to be talking about that come World's End. Yeah.
We talk about it right now. Goddamn ridiculous. And Don Callis making all the excuses later, also not answering a question. Yeah, what match were we just talking about? No, I've lost myself.
The Ops.
Oh, yeah. And, why not? Why not give them the belt? Like, what's going on with this? Because nobody's going to beat them for a while. Or I guess that's the thing. I don't know. I think
that's the whole point.
And it was the
I think they're
putting
gonna
the
let
Dark
heels
Order.
be heels. Let heels be heel. Hey, we actually saw the Dark Order, so
Well, that's
a
almost
win.
the thing. It's December 3rd. Have they been on anything other than ROH all year? So
I don't think so.
I know it's like bringing out a Matt Cardona or something like that. Somebody you know is going to lose, and everybody loves the Dark Order and the connection to Hangman. You know, the sickos, the people who are like who would say AEW is all story. What are you talking about? The people who do watch the Hook interviews online and watch everything on YouTube, and they would say like, no, there's nobody. Who else would? You know, Joe and the Ops are probably saying like, well, who's friends with Hangman? I'm like, oh my God, but the Dark Order boys or the Young Bucks were like, no, get those freaking Dark Order dorks up here. We'll kick their ass. You know, like if you want to pretend that Tony Khan isn't just like a Mark Booker, or like if you want to play kayfabe and pretend it's a real sport and do what we do with wrestling, then the reason that they got a shot is because the Ops wanted to kick somebody's ass that was close to Joe, and they're like, yeah, we'll take the shot. It's close to Hangman, and they're like, yeah, we'll take the shot. You know, like we'll like we're gonna win tonight, and then we're gonna win the titles. Let's go, boys. Let's go, boys. And the fans loved them, and you know, Angel and the Devil.
Remember?
I'd say some people would say that was lame. Other people would say, who else are you gonna pick?
Remember when AEW had win-loss records and rankings?
Yeah, and from day one, like I was like, no, you can't do that. Like you can't do that. And I wanted to do that. Like if I go back to 2009, I remember being like, we should do this. And like the people I was working with are like, you can't do that. And I'm like, why? They're like, this is why. I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense. And within a few months, I was like, yeah, that totally makes sense. You can't have rankings in wrestling. It's fake. People get injured. People, like, what's half the reason Bret Hart fought a guy over a jacket? How many times does a guy come in and like attack you from behind and the champion wants to see him? Like one of Terry Funk's best matches against Ric Flair was saying like, you know, he just won the title, kind of just turned face, getting it from Ricky Steamboat after the whole triple, the three greatest matches or whatever. And Funk's and he's saying, no, we got rankings here. You're not a part of it. And Funk puts him through the table and they have a title match. Can't do that if rankings are real. And then you see how many people job out constantly. You want a guy coming out, you want the Dark Order coming out with a record of like whatever it was.
One in a lot. Here's the thing, though. At the end of the day,
Glaringly,
right,
how few matches? You want Harley Cameron, your brand new tag team champion, and her like lifetime record is like 3 and 5, and you're like, oh geez.
Right. You book yourself into a corner with rankings in wrestling. That's the issue. Everyone thought on paper it would be a great idea. A lot of people knew it was just going to fail from the get-go, and it did. Right from the get-go, people were already questioning it. You book yourself in the corner. You can't be too creative with rankings. That's the issue.
See, the weird thing is, like, Tony Khan, you know, he says in his Ariel Helwani interview, like, I realized one day that I was uniquely suited and skilled for this. And that not just because you're rich. He really thought, like, I know so much about this because I'm so plugged in. I don't know a single promoter, like nobody, from the guys running at the rock pile up the street here to like Jim Cornette, who I'm sure would rant and rave about it online if you asked him. There was no promoter I know that would be like, yeah, you need rankings. And any rankings you see are like absolutely, completely kayfabe. They certainly are not connected to any kind of actual win-loss record. Like, you think Goldberg had 174 wins? Like,
wait,
wrestling
hold
is
on.
fake. Yeah. Wrestling is fake for a reason. It's all fake.
What?
It has to all be fake. You can't really go halfway.
And boys and girls, Santa Claus isn't real.
Sorry.
That's
Hopefully
what we do
people
here.
disagree.
We break
Disagree,
dreams.
please.
No, not on this one.
Right down below.
Claudio Castagnoli, John Moxley, the match that we've been looking forward to, and it gave us the result that we thought it would, which now begs. I have to question.
Mm-hmm.
Beg to question? Question to beg? You know what I mean. What the hell's going on right now? Anyways, how much longer till Moxley gets kicked out of the Death Riders?
I don't know, but obviously it's happening. Or is it even kicked out? Maybe they send him to rehab or something, right? Like, are they just going to be like, we hate you, you're gone? I mean, I gave you the Eddie Kingston scenario, which I think is a great way for them to go if you want to rehab Mox in some fashion, make him a babyface. Does Mox have kids? He has a kid with Renee. How old's the kid getting?
1. She's getting older.
Yeah. You start watching. When guys have kids, especially guys that are heels, the kids start to get around the age where they start seeing daddy on TV all the time and asking questions. They want to go babyface.
Edge.
get
Look at Edge.
you look at Edge, right? You get Hollywood guys. You got Goldberg wanting to come back to show his kid on TV, but you get Hollywood actors who like end up suddenly out of nowhere start trying to do comedies or a lighthearted movie or so, like. Somebody that would never do that stuff, like Jason Statham or somebody weird, and you're like, what? Why is he doing this? Stallone doing Oscar and things like that.
Raul Julia.
They were Raul Julia.
Street Fighter.
That's why he is, and Adam's Family for what was the guy who played Gomez?
Raul Julia.
Raul Julia. That was his time period where his kids were. I wanted to make sure. I was like that, but I was like, oh, wait a minute, it's not. It's not like Ben Kingsley or something, is it? I'm like, no, Jason.
No.
And he suddenly my brain works so fast. Gotta be careful.
I know. He did it for his kids because he knew he wasn't going to live much longer, right? But at the end of the day, it was for his kids.
Moxley going to get kicked out of the Death Riders, finally take the vacation he needs, and then come back as a babyface because his daughter's like 8 years old and wants to see Daddy on TV with Uncle Eddie having fun. Who knows? But I think this is a great way they're doing it. Slow burn. It's almost like they don't hate him. They've just lost confidence in him, and he's lost his mojo. And he's like, damn it, and Marina's like, like, oh damn, and Claudio coming in after the win over Gran Guerrero with the belt, CMLL World Champion, and the ending, the move. I mean, to me, I was doing a couple things while watching this. I don't think the match was as captivating as it could have been, but it was certainly a fun match, and the very ending, that shot that just took him down for the 3 count was great. I love that it was a just straight 3 count. Like, very pleased.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah. So overall, it was
so
a
we'll
win.
See what happens
and the slow burn for Mox having to leave the Death Riders, like he has to, right? Like they're losing confidence in him. It really depends if he comes back next week and starts talking tough. If he's in front of them all and he's all like, we're the best, blah blah blah. Some of the last few weeks where he's been talking and you see the Death Riders kind of looking at each other in the background a bit and blah blah blah. Like if he continues like that. Then they might jump him from behind or like ask him to sit in the passenger seat while we go to the store and, from behind. But if he starts to admit, if we see him in the locker room like this and they're like, what's the matter? And he's like, damn it, I know what's going on. I've lost it. Like, and they're like, okay, calm down. Maybe they take him out of that position without it being like a kick your ass or we hate you. Right. But who knows?
Yeah, I hear you, man.
Do we want to see Moxley back?
Dynamite.
As a face right away? Like, what is he going to change? Is he just going to be the same wrestler, like bloody? Is he going to start teaming with Darby Allin now? Like, oh, I love you, Darby. I mean, there was a big "I love you" angle in, I'm kicking your ass because I love you kind of thing. I don't know.
It's like that.
No matter what they do with Jey Uso, if he's turning heel, does it mean you want to see him? It's just like, okay, we're getting the fatigue, right?
Is it X-Pac heat at this point with Jey Uso?
I don't know. I do have something to say about that. Where are we at here?
And
48 minutes?
we can jump to Raw. I know that you did a quick review on Raw, but real quick, anything you want to talk specifically about Raw, Gunther, Jey Uso?
I don't know. Let me make sure I didn't write anything down.
Tag team division.
Jot notes here. Did I write something? No, I'm okay. No. I dissed Monet here. Unified title. Yeah, you know what? That unified title. I don't want to talk about that. I remember there was something.
All right, let's bring that up. Unified title. What about it? Okada's prize possession.
I want to believe what they're saying. I want to be like, yeah, Don Callis is right. Like, hey guys, but they said that the lineage is gone, but will be respected. They said it's a new world title.
Yes.
And I know they immediately had him walking around with like Callis with both titles, even though he had the unified. But I'm guessing I'm running out of energy today. Maybe I should talk about it another day. But this is it is very odd. And I was thinking that there's no way the international title will exist at the end of this thing. I think the one line that Callis said, like, oh, why would I? Why would I? Well, if I don't have to, like, after she was pressing him. And then she was like, you didn't answer my question. He said, well, then why would I? Unless I was forced to. Am I stupid? Somehow it's going to be like maybe Takeshita wins the Continental or something like that. I don't think they're going to have a national title and an international title. And then some other guy has the Continental title because he beat Okada. Like, I sure hope they're not going to do that. So I would like to think that somehow at the end of it all, maybe when Takeshita wins and then wins at Wrestle Kingdom, and maybe they face at the end of Wrestle Kingdom when he wins against freaking Yota Tsuji, and he has all the belts. He's got 3 belts now, and maybe Okada comes in and he's gonna reunify the title. I don't know. Hopefully something happens that's not just cheesy and weird, and hopefully these companies are working together. But they cannot have an international title and a national title and a Continental title. Because is Okada gonna just win it again for the third year in a row? You know, and next
Just
week
wait until
is
the national title. Just wait until the national title, the Continental title, and the international title are all
you're gonna have
unified.
The
unified
national intercontinental like there's got to. Okay, I won't come up with it now. Give me a few seconds. There's probably a way of coming up with it, but you got to get two nationals.
I'll give you till Sunday. I'll give you till Sunday.
All right. But speaking of winning for the third time in a row, fifth time in a row, sixth time in a row, next week is the Diamond Ring Battle Royal, right?
Yep.
See, I mean, is MJF like over under on MJF showing up and being like, I'll be damned if somebody's winning this Battle Royal with me, you know?
100%.
And, oh,
and
by
you know
the way,
you know what's going to happen? He's going to show up at the very end when we think we have a winner.
Maybe. How about MJF shows up maybe even for the whole thing if they want to push him baby, but whatever. Who? Bottom line is, Mr. Cookie, MJF shows up because I'll be damned if anybody's winning my ring. Oh, and now that I won my ring, guess what? Now that you kicked Eddie Kingston's ass, guess who's coming for my title next week at World's End? That's right. 2 years ago, you beat my ass at World's End. You changing the script, buddy. Screw Hangman. Screw Swerve. Screw all you motherfuckers. That's two MFers on this podcast.
Three. That's three.
Three? Damn. I'm coming for my belt. They got Alicia Tout there, like interviewing Hook. He's obviously hanging around.
Yeah, I like that actually. I can see that. That's a good scenario.
What else?
What do we got? 3 weeks until
who's gonna win that damn ring? Who wants that damn ring? Would you want the ring?
It has to be MJF. I would wear it.
Like what heel's gonna wear? I guess you could have like a Kyle Fletcher or like a Don Callis kind of like
Ricochet.
One of the Callis fam. Hechicero wins it, and then like
Klon.
Klon, and then gives it to Don Callis, and Don Callis is like, like I can see something like that, like a mid card Callis guy winning and giving it to Callis.
Hutch is back.
All right, there we go.
Hutch is back.
I'm probably gonna hear like I'll hear crying in a second. Damn babies.
And then it'll be you crying later.
Yeah. Anyways. Too bad there's
Unified title. There we go.
If there's weed in these cookies, I wouldn't care. I'd be like, goddamn baby, screw the baby. I want to be like, this is a PG podcast. I sent you 2 pictures of the devil. I sent you the one of the Sinister Minister with the cocaine almost as a gag. Yeah. And the fact that you put it on here means that I guess I don't need to worry about my MFers and my pot jokes. So,
nope.
And obviously, I guess the minuscule amount of people that are into our podcast obviously understand the joke. Let's put it that way. The inference.
Let's hope so.
With the Sinister Minister.
All right. So, Raw. Anything you want to talk about? I know you did your quick review after Raw. Anything you want to touch on?
All right. So since I talked about a lot of stuff on the review, let's talk about this. Jey Uso, everybody's kind of getting sick of Jey Uso, right? We got Jey Uso fatigue. We could go on, right? I could pull all the devil stuff and tell you all the reasons why Jey Uso kind of stinks these days. And he's not the best wrestler. He's not the best. It's not that scrunchy face. Is Triple H, who's much more slow burn than Vince McMahon, and is also not that cerebral for a cerebral assassin, are they going to try and copy what happened with Roman Reigns?
Yes.
Now, and I don't just mean like head of the bloodline. I mean, we hated Roman Reigns. We hated Roman Reigns. We booed Roman Reigns. Die, Rocky, die. And Rock comes back as a bad guy. We hated Roman Reigns. They push him so hard, and he comes back as the tribal chief. He's got Paul Heyman. Is it going to get to the point where Jey Uso, we hate Jey Uso so much, and they kind of do it somehow like that? Because right now, I was talking about he's turning heel as like a whiny bitch, right? It has to be more of that.
I feel like if he turns a heel as a whiny bitch, people are gonna literally be turning off the TV more. Like, and that's what I fear with this. I feel like they should just constantly shove him down our throats for so long, do the Cena, do the Roman Reigns. Not to say that he's at that level, but just kind of like, eventually it'll turn.
Well, that's almost the thing.
Fans are fickle like that, man.
He's not at that level. He was main event Jey Uso because they put him in the main event because it was the pandemic and you could hear him and Roman talking in the ring because of the mics, and they wanted to keep not a lot of people in the studio. It made sense at the time and it worked. and you wanted to go for Jay. Plus, Jimmy was hurt. They needed to do something with the kid. This was great. I bet you they were even like, give me Jay. He's like, give me Jay. The same way, like, Rick, I'm trying another Ric Flair reference, but twice Ric Flair has been like, they'd be like, yeah, give me Bobby tonight, Bobby Eaton. Bobby, why would you? No, I'll have a great match with Bobby. Trust me. Like, he's not a contender. Everybody knows Bobby's not going to win the NWA title, but they had a half an hour banger. Everybody knows Jey Uso's not going to win, but he's trying, and like against his smug cousin and the bloodline. Like, it was all there, right? I don't need to go through the bloodline saga. We all know it was the greatest thing since Kane and the Undertaker, I guess. Whatever. Go pick a classic storyline that they try and tell you so great. Years later, where they're like, "Oh, how great this all was," and then you go back and watch it, you're like, "Hey, this wasn't that great."
Owen Brett. Survivor Series '94. Owen Hart stealing the towel from his mom, throwing it in the ring, and then running away with the towel.
And WrestleMania 10, like at the end, like staring at his brother, just like, after having beaten him earlier in the, great stuff, right? Kicked your leg right out of your leg, buddy. So yeah, like, geez, where was I going again? Jey Uso. Yeah, I don't know how they're gonna do it, but I feel like Triple H might be thinking, how do I, he's very simple, right? He's not as cerebral as we might think. So well, I guess we're trying to push him as babyface, and then like when they start to hate him, we will push him some more, and then like he'll get frustrated, and then like somehow we'll have him come back as a bad guy. Like, maybe he's thinking along those lines. I don't know, but also, there's so many kids in the audience wearing Jey Uso stuff. Like when you live in the bubble, right? They say that they don't look at the likes, the dislikes on videos. Somebody was saying, "Hey, you see how many dislikes this video got on the WWE channel?" And they were saying, "Oh, we don't look at the dislikes because people don't see the dislikes unless you have the plugin, so they don't consider it real." So they're just looking at the fact that he's still a top merch seller, and there's still kids wearing not just the t-shirt, not just the glasses, but they got the goddamn, like, he's copying John Cena. You got kids with the goddamn like wrist warmers and stuff, like
everything. He gets the reactions on live,
he's still
like on
he's
TV.
Still a tag team guy. Like, he's still the tag team guy. He's still a twin, for Christ's sake. And I understand that he's overcoming the stereotype and overcoming the bias and overcoming where he's been pigeonholed his whole life. Even the younger twin, and and like, "Oh, I'm not Jay." Like the one time that Roman said something Jimmy, and he's like, "I'm not Jimmy," and he's like, "Doesn't matter," and it was like, oh, like cut to the bone after how hard he'd been working for the loyalty and all that stuff, right? Like, the bottom line is he still is that. Like, is he ever gonna not be that? Like, I like Jimmy more now. Like, Jimmy said, I like the smile he had on his face in that interview where they were announcing that she was pregnant. Like, he was just all like, yeah, what's up? I'm gonna go have a drink. Like, yes, we know you're gonna go have a drink, Jim. He's like, I'm drunk right now. Like, yes, we know you're drunk right now. Sorry. But yeah, I don't know. He's a fucking tag team guy. He's a twin. He's like, I don't know, man. It's weird. And then the nepotism, when you start to think that it was organic, it was very Kofi Kingston-y, and then it was a great idea to have the guy you never thought would win, and the twin, and all the things I just mentioned, the underdog and younger bride, and going against Roman and finally winning. But now they've given him the Rumble, which like they gave to Roman with the big booze, which nobody expected. Then they gave him the Mania win, which they gave to Roman, which nobody wanted. They gave him the big booze. So he's getting all this, like, all the steps along the way. He's kind of doing it. Getting screwed over for the championship, or at least he feels he does. It's not like the way Roman got directly screwed, like having people come in right after your match and cash in and things like that. But I don't know, I'm babbling on a little bit here, but I don't think he's meant for this role. He blows up a lot. He's not as fit as he could be. I know if I was getting the push he was getting, I'd probably get a little more fit. These Samoan boys, it's rough for them all, though. I know they think about a cookie and they probably gain weight. Poor guys.
Happens to me.
But I don't know. I'm not sure if he's really meant for this. Okay, before I go on too long, I'll get to one last point. We'll wrap it up and you can talk. I'll let you talk. Jey Uso doesn't have, like, you can yeet till you're blue in the face, but there's nothing really to sell. Like, LA Knight, you're not going to get bored of LA Knight because LA Knight can come in, say his thing, and leave, and he's got his one-liner, and everybody, like, says it back. Like, what does Jey Uso have? And, like, yeet? Like, there's no quick one-liner. There's no quick wit. And when he's in there with somebody, it always seems like the only time that he gets over in a one-on-one promo battle with someone is when he's, like, just passionate and, like, just all like, "Oh, yeah, I'm going to get you. I don't care." Whereas LA Knight is savvy. He's smart. He's got the one-liners. He's cutting. He can change his personality. Like, you can program him, cut him in and out, and he I'm not wording this the way that I want it in my head, but like he has more of a potential for not getting a fatigue. Whereas Jey Uso is just like, what else are you going to do with this guy? I don't know. I hope I'm proved wrong. And hopefully next time we get together, I'll have my thoughts together a little more. But yeah, I'm not sure if the experiment's working. I'm hoping. I'm I'm behind it. I'm hoping he becomes the leader of the bloodline. Godfather Part 3, whatever. I don't know. Hopefully he gets there and we buy it, because right now I'm not buying it.
That's the problem, right? I think a lot of people are on that road where they don't buy it. They don't want him there, and that's why I posed the question to you earlier. Is he starting to get X-Pac heat? I think he is with some people, but when you look at the general, here's the thing. We're in that bubble. We're in a weird bubble, being, doing these shows and reading stuff on the internet. We're in a weird bubble. I think the general audience still kind of likes him for the most part.
Yeah, the casuals, perhaps. But then I don't know, that thing. I don't know if I like the thing anymore. So many people hated him doing the yeeting in the middle of the cage of the War Games. But, it's all. This is where I want to say, it's all fake. Yes, if they were actually trying to get an advantage and getting ready for Brock Lesnar, they'd keep beating everybody down. But really, what they wanted was everybody yeeting, so they didn't have to do the countdown and they could have the Brock Lesnar music hit, and everybody's supposed to all like Diesel entering the Rumble, where everybody's all like, and they show Kofi Kingston looking like almost like the gates of hell themselves have opened up. That's what they wanted for that moment, so that's how they created it. So
yep,
I don't know, but Jey Uso. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm cheering my brains out for Jey Uso, but I can see why they're trying and they don't want to give up. I mean, who do they got? I was saying before, everybody's going to retire soon. You name the top guys
Cody's
you want
40.
to see.
Cody's 40. Roman's 40. Yeah.
Everybody's retiring, man.
Yeah, a lot of guys. Dude, a lot of the guys were born in 1985, funny enough. Hitting that 40 mark.
Yeah, so what do you got to have somebody. If you get to the point where Jey Uso is a grizzled veteran heel, cheats to win, does his thing, and then you've got the Javon Evanses, and you've got the guys like that. And Jey Uso is like the elder statesman gangster, it's like...
You are literally telling us what Samoa Joe is doing in AEW.
Yeah, I kind of guess so, except Samoa Joe is dangerous and big, right? You're not having to convince
Jey Uso,
people.
he's dangerous, and no, I can't even joke. I can't even say that with a straight face.
Yeah, I'm hoping that Jey Uso can be like the Muggsy kind of leader of the bloodline. Eventually, he's got the MFTs and those guys involved, and Solo, coming down to him. He's the smaller guy, but he's got the bigger guys around him. And when he needs to, he gets in there and he gives you the splash and gives you the super kick, and it's, hard hitting. I don't know. They can do it. I'm trying to think of a superhero dynamic thing where the small guy's in charge and he's one of the most dangerous.
Cobra Commander.
What was that?
Cobra Commander.
Yeah, I guess so. Cobra Commander's is just like a coward.
Yeah.
All right. Kind of but I guess so. But maybe that. Imagine Cobra Commander could deliver a good super kick, and then you've got your Destros and your other people. But they were all cowards. Even,
not Serpenter.
Not Serpenter, and not Baroness, and not Destro.
Yeah.
But
exactly.
But Blood was, Mindbender was, again.
Mindbender. Oh,
Cobra Commander was. Come on, these guys were all cowards. But the other,
Yep.
And even Tomax and Zaymont, they were kind of cowards too, right? You got the coward.
Absolutely. There we go. Let's jump to some previews before we go. We have ROH Final Battle 2025 happening. Run through the card real quick. Cool. Sounds good.
Go for it, man.
You
You
keep
want to talk about
that
TNA
cookie,
and
buddy.
their AMC deal?
We'll talk about that on Sunday. That's on the list for Sunday.
Okay, buddy.
All right. ROH Final Battle 2025, Columbus, Ohio, I think. Ricochet versus Dalton Castle for the AEW National Championship. This falls into we know what the result's going to be, but I'm pretty sure it'll be a good match.
Yeah, I agree completely.
Yep. For the ROH Women's World Championship, we have Athena versus Persephone.
You're saying that way on purpose now, right?
Yep.
I don't blame you. Yeah, that's what I meant before when I was saying that I don't see any title changes here. I couldn't remember what the other matches were. That was one where I thought about it for a second. I'm I mean, could it be a tit for tat for Claudio and maybe CMLL's like give it, but they're not gonna have Persephone beat her. It would have to be a big moment. Like that would be such a misstep.
It would be so random. It would be too random.
It would be, and they would try and put it over as like what a surprise, and you never know what's going to happen, and you should tune in. But the only way I could see that happening would be if she had maybe had an injury or something undisclosed. Like Athena's like, oh man, that Achilles thing is just not healing, right? And they're like, all right, you know what? Let's take it off you for a while. We'll do something, right? Hopefully not. Yep. Hopefully she's great. Hopefully she's invincible, because she kind of seems invincible. She's like she bends, she doesn't break. I like Athena.
Almost every match is for a title. That's what I'm noticing right now. All right, let's jump to the next one. We have the finals of the inaugural ROH Women's Pure Championship. We don't even know who's in the finals just yet. These are the semifinal matches. Queen Aminata and Deonna Purrazzo in one bracket. Then we have Yuka Sasaki and Billy Starks in the other bracket.
Now, wasn't Aminata injured? That's why they had like Jamie Hayter, the thing going on in the tournament there. But I guess it was just a minor injury. Good for her. Yeah, that'll be interesting. I don't think she's going to win. Who is she against again? Purrazzo? I think they should probably have Purrazzo go over because like
Purrazzo should win this entire thing. It'll be Purrazzo and Starks, I think. And Purrazzo
that's her title to win, man. Come on.
All right. 6-man tag team match for the ROH World 6-man Tag Team Championships. We have Shane Taylor Promotions. Taylor, Charlie Bravo, Captain Sean Dean versus Sky Flight, Scorpio Sky, Dante Martin, and Darius Martin.
I'd forgotten that they had won the title and that it wasn't part of the whole Sammy Guevara, Ingobernables. For a minute, I thought, don't they have the tag title and the 6-man or something like that? No, but they've got the tag, right? The Ingobernables.
That's coming. That's coming.
And Shane Taylor Productions for the second time. I do love me some Shane Taylor on a personal level. But I do not like Skyflight. I love Scorpio Sky. I'm not that into these
Martin?
Yeah, I'm not into the Martin brothers, man. That much. I think they're all flash, and it's gonna fade with age real fast. I don't think these guys have fundamentals. I don't think they're all that interesting. I don't think you're going to be seeing them around for. I don't think they're going to get signed to WWE like Private Party. Like I got a weird feeling. I hope I'm wrong. I always hope I'm wrong when I shit on people. But I don't know. They don't do it for me. Although I do love seeing me some Scorpio Sky.
Yep. All right. Women's World TV Championship match. We have Mercedes Moné versus Red Velvet.
Yeah, like why? Why? It's pretty negative of me, but why? But I guess Mercedes is a fighting champion. You can't have 14 belts and not be defending them, right? You can't be the Judgment Day. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, I mean, Monet's obviously got to win.
Speaking of Judgment Day, completely random, that Styles Clash from Raw is fucking insane.
Yeah, dude. Great stuff. And some people online were like, he's been doing that from years ago and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, like in armories, in like local armory number 4 in front of like 100 people. Like, give me a break. Like, yes, we acknowledge that. But that was great. They did it well. And a lot of that stuff was like hit or miss, young guys like throwing caution to the wind. That was guys in their 40s showing that they are absolutely professional. Kofi Kingston is the guy you should be putting a medal around the neck of for that move. Did you see how he was positioned? He even got himself ready. And then when he got hit, he pushed off both ropes, followed through with the upper arm, and positioned himself perfectly. Man, these guys are freaking pros. And I love Kofi without the mustache. I was saying in the podcast there, like the spiritually militant, like African look, like man, like if you screw with him a little too much, he's gonna whip a machete out and like just go at you while freaking Woods stands there going like Kofi chopped his head off. Like I freaking love the New Day. I wish they like get into it more.
I know.
You know.
You have Beast Mortos coming to your next show, right?
Yeah, it was he's going to be, is it the 17th and the 18th? I think we only got him for the 18th.
Cool. Well, he's pulling double duty on Friday.
Yeah.
So, the next match for the Tag Team World Championships, it's Sammy Guevara and Beast Mortos versus Tommy Billington and Adam Priest.
Now, is Mortos half of the tag champs?
It's for the vacant World Tag Team Championship.
Okay. I thought when Sammy did the betrayal.
Just let things happen, my friend.
What happened with that? When Sammy did the betrayal, didn't he win the tag titles with Roosh or something like that?
Yeah, Roosh is injured, I think. Yeah, Roosh is injured. That's what it is.
Okay. Well, like, I mean, I should be Mortos going over, and that's great. Maybe we were trying to get him for the 2 days, and there was a bit of an issue with him worried about getting injured and wanting to make sure that who he was working was somebody he was comfortable working with, because he had a lot of stuff on his plate coming up, and he was worried about any kind of minor injuries because he had a lot of things, more than usual. And I guess this is par for the course. He might be winning this title, doing double duty. He might have some plans for the next few months. There's a lot of CMML matches, and he's now like approved. Like, yeah, the dude actually, now that I think about it, has a lot on his plate. So, yeah, I think he's going to win this.
And I'm pretty sure he's going to be on Collision on Saturday. And then, yeah, it's going to be guys busy. So that's for the ROH World Tag Team Championship. And this leaves us to the we also have a 30-minute Iron Man match. Lee Moriarty versus Nigel McGuinness. Really looking forward to this.
Yeah, that'll be fun. And this is Nigel wanting to get in there with Lee, you know?
Yeah.
It's like when you ask
he
Bret
called
Hart,
him out.
Oh, really? Okay. When you ask Bret Hart, who do you want to face? And he's got his list. That, I guess, if you watched that interview the other day, Rey Mysterio's at the top. Jesus Christ, he put Rey over so much in that interview with Johnny Ifro. But the Kurt Angles and the people that he said he wants to face. This is Nigel McGuinness being like, yo, I want to get in there with Lee Moriarty. Let's do this. Is Moriarty pure champ? You said they're all for title. He's pure champ, right?
Yeah, but this one's not for the title.
It's not. Why?
That's what.
It's for honor.
Says.
It's for honor. Ring
it's
of
honor. Ring of honor. It's all about honor.
Yes, it's the final battle.
And then,
it's that Moriarty's like, I'm not beating you. He's like, I'm not beating you. There's no way. He's like, you're my idol. I'm not beating you. I like to I love that I'm getting the chance to. All right, fine, we'll do non-title. I guarantee you.
That's probably. You're probably right.
Dude, wrestling is so much of what you don't expect. I remember the one time I told you that every time you're like, why did this happen? I'm like, it's either because they wanted it to or because they had no choice. Like, I know you think, man, so much of my booking is because I have no choice. I'm like, really? Do we have to do that? All right, I guess we have to. And I'm just an indie guy. And I'm like, my hand is getting forced all the time. I'm just like, really? Okay. Anyway,
then we have the survival of the fittest match for the ROH World Championship. Bandito, your champion, versus Blake Christian, versus the Beast Mortos, versus Sammy Guevara, versus Commander, versus Hechi Cierro.
That's what you meant about double duty. They're going to win the tag straps and then come in and do the main event, and then he's going to work Collision as well, right? Mortos?
Yep.
And you got guys working twice when you have so many wrestlers on your roster, Tony Khan? Like, what happened to Dark Order? Aren't they like, you're like, well, now that they're on Dynamite, we can't have them go back to ROH.
I love the fact that you do have people pulling double duty when it's like you literally have the entire roster in Columbus because you have Collision the next night.
Yeah, well, but I feel like Beast Mortos was the butt end of a couple of jokes for a while. So I like that he's getting some action. He is one of my favorite guys, in life. Like, Frank is just like the coolest freaking dude in the world. And like Monet obviously noticed. She was all like, hello, let's put a ring on this.
The Latino Roman Reigns.
Yeah, I feel like she's going to propose to him. Like, I swear to God. He's probably doesn't even give a shit. The guy's so cool. He's probably like, whatever. She's cool. So yeah, I'm all about the Mortos, right? If I had my choice, we put our strap on him, put every strap on him. I'm such a mark for so many guys, eh? It's great. Well, like, the older I get, the more I'm just like, he's cool. I like him. I remember I used to have.
That's it should be, dude.
Why? Now that I know these guys, I'm like, he's cool. Like, why do you think I'm excited to see Scorpio Kai? That's because he's cool. I like Scorpio. We're good. We're buds.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, that'll be fun. I like the 6-way matches, survival of the fittest. I like that Tony Khan's keeping all the ROH stuff around. He's doing his best.
I think this is going to be a good card.
Yeah,
we're going to talk about this on Sunday. We'll talk about some TNA on Sunday. Then we also will talk about NXT Deadline. Here's the card for NXT Deadline. I'm actually really looking forward to this match for the NXT North American Championship. Ethan Page, your champion, versus Mr. Iguana.
Nice. Man, and you don't know what's going to happen. Iguana. Like, imagine him scooting out a win.
Give it to him. Give it to him, but it won't happen.
Probably. It shouldn't happen. Ethan Page is a technical workhorse, and Mr. Iguana is like, take away the makeup. Like, I understand the whole gimmick. Mr. Iguana is not a great wrestler.
Be very motherfucker.
What? No, I'm just saying.
Like,
I wouldn't want to.
I know.
like when I was just saying before, like Morton, Frank wanted to know who he was working, and he was being very particular. Like you'd be surprised who doesn't want to work who and why. And you're like, oh, you don't want to work him? And he's like, no, I don't want to work him, and this is why. And I think there's a lot of people that don't want to work Iguana because he doesn't have a lot of upper body strength. He's not a great base. They don't want to work. I'm not gonna have a good match with this guy. He's gonna make me look bad. He's not good in the ring. That's how a lot of guys think of it, right? So
For sure.
Good on Ethan Page for having a contract and being told this is who you're facing on Tuesday. He was, okay, yes, sir. Sorry,
Singles match.
Dick.
No, I like this. For the most part, Tatum Paxley versus Izzy Dame.
Is it like? I was gonna say, is Izzy just gonna kick? Is he gonna just kick the shit out of her? Izzy should kick the shit out of her. Does she have a lot of ring time?
Yeah,
Izzy,
enough.
Yeah, because I see her outside of the ring a lot more, hanging out with Sean, and I don't know. I wouldn't mind just seeing her kick the shit out of her and like put her over a bit. As like, I know you're pathetic. Maybe exploit a weakness that we don't know about. Like, I don't know. Should be fun. But Tatum should definitely be fighting from underneath the whole time, even if she does win, because we all want to see this pale goth girl on the ground screaming in pain, right? That's going to be her shtick.
I would pay money to see that.
Yes, but I mean, yeah, when you're small.
Oh, you meant wrestling?
Baby faces are small, right?
Yeah, for the most part, they should be compared to the heel. Should be, right?
Yeah, like she's got that Paige vibe and she's got that Julia Hart vibe. Like they see it, right? They're like, okay, you're gonna be our little baby face goth little princess thing for a while, bubblegum princess. Let's do it. Sorry, trademark.
Women's Iron Survivor Challenge for the chance at an NXT Women's Championship match at New Year's Evil. Sol Ruka, Lola Vice, Kalani Jordan, Jordan Grace, Kendall Gray.
Kendall Gray, huh? Yeah, they're
Kendall
gonna push
Gray
her right
made
up to
the
the
cut.
top,
I love it. I love Kendall Gray. She's awesome. She's
Jordan Grace.
Jordan Grace.
Yeah, no, go on. Her.
I forgot what it was going. Oh yeah, Kendall Gray. Her offense is just so unique. It's so different. I like it.
Mm-hmm. And then you got Jordan Grace, Sol Ruka, also unique offense. I thought they might have what's the broad who's with the Sol Ruka all the time, who's got the one name.
Delta.
What?
Delta. That's her old name. I forget.
Yeah,
I know.
It's not Delta.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. The punk chick who wears all the red.
I know.
Yeah, of course you know. I'm just like, and the people. I'm the one who doesn't know. God, anybody watching this long, they're like, why are you listening to this guy? I thought she might be in the match too, and that might be the catalyst. That's where she's going to turn on her and cost Sol Ruka.
Zarya.
There you go. Oh, you had to look it up. I knew it was one name though. See, very Shawn Michaels, like standing over the body of the Undertaker while Chris Jericho like takes the pin after in the chamber match. Like maybe she turns on her in the match and lets somebody else win, or maybe that'll happen anyways because Michaels wasn't in that match. So she'll cost Sol Ruka the Iron Survivor match.
And I've said this on the post shows that I think it'll be Sol Ruka who goes heel. I don't know why. I have this weird feeling that it's going to be Sol who goes heel on Zarya.
Yeah, you think so? See, remember, this is a different WWE now.
That's what I mean.
This is not bookers and wrestling people. This is like whoever's making money, they want to make money. Whoever's popular, they want to have be popular. I don't think they're thinking deeper than that. But you could be right. Could be right. But I mean, I don't want to cheer the Daria girl. Like, I don't like her that much. I'd rather cheer Sol Ruka. She does the like reverse flipping stunner out of the corner. You're not turning that heel. Like that's a baby face finisher, man.
Yeah, true enough. Men's, maybe she's too injured to constantly do it, so they have to change it up. Turn her heel. More ground-based Pokemon.
Yeah, man. A lot of guys from the Indies they're not pulling their finishers. You don't see AJ doing the twisted. God, I can't be like. Can I not remember the name of the move? Like, man, am I getting old or what?
You are.
You know what I'm talking about.
What are in those cookies?
Yeah, seriously. Any more cookies here? AJ's twisting moonsault freaking thingy. He has a name for it. God damn it.
The corkscrew thing, I'm a jig.
Yeah. Anyways, continue. I keep going like the Black Arrow, the Jack Arrow, like I keep all these names. No, that's not it. That's not it.
Men's Iron. It's interesting story of why he had to invent that move.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Billy Kidman had the shooting star press, right? So Billy Kidman basically told him, "You ain't doing that move in WCW,"
And he was
So
like,
he
I'll do
invented
this one instead.
that move. Yeah.
Awesome. Good stuff.
All right, men's Iron Survivor Challenge for a chance at the NXT Championship at New Year's Evil. Javon Evans, Leon Slater, Joe Hendry, Dion Lennox, and Miles Bourne.
Who do you think is going to go over?
Javon Evans.
Yeah.
Actually, I think Miles Bourne.
Really? They have him, like, he has his little, like, promos, and he comes into the backstage area, and he's like, meh, meh, meh. Yeah, and okay, so who's champ right now? Ricky Starks.
Right, Ricky Saints.
Miles Bourne.
Yep.
Ricky Saints. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, like, do they want to do Evans and Starks? It's more babyface against babyface. And Obafemi, they've got him coming in and going face-to-face against him at last time, so...
And
yeah, maybe
that's
you're
the
right.
main event. Ricky Saints versus Obafemi for the NXT Championship.
Yeah, so, like, he'll probably beat Obafemi, I would think. And so that means you're going to want to have Saints against somebody like that. Yeah. I don't know. I really don't know here. Do you think they might have Obafemi take it back? Like, is Saints over as champ? You know, like,
I think
you don't hear
so.
much about him.
I think so. How much longer are we going to wait for Obafemi to go to the main roster?
Well, the fact that he isn't is what makes me think maybe they're going to put it back on him. Maybe they need more stank on NXT. Like, do they have a new TV deal too? Where have they been moving to? Maybe they're looking at the analytics
CW for the past year.
Oh yeah, okay. And they're like, this guy's yeah, you're right. The CW, that's right. Maybe they're like this. And it's amazing how often the stations might have control. Like, it was a big deal that they got on CW. CW might be like, hey, we don't like the ratings since Saints has been in. Let's get it back on Femi, guys. That happens a lot.
I know.
And like the reason that they said they were putting the belt on Chris Jericho in the past for ROH, and they sometimes take belts off people because they want them they're trying to put it for the TV stations want a certain way, or we want it to look this way when we go to the new network or whatever. So who knows what's going on there? But a little part of me thinks that every time I think about that stare down where he came out at the end of the last, he was just so much bigger than Saints. Saints didn't look like he would have a chance. I was like, wow.
It's insane how much bigger.
All of Femi's going to eat you, brother. Just like, arr. So, I don't know. Would be nice. Like, what if it was like something like Ricky Saints is like an annoying gnat, and Obafemi can't quite pin him, but he also keeps like hurting him, like when we keep getting kicked in the shin and you keep getting this and that, and Obafemi's just like, ow, like, God damn it, I'm trying to not just rip your head off, you little shit, and eventually just snap, like Wardlow powerbomb him like
Jeff Hardy versus Undertaker.
Yeah, and choke him out in the corner until you get disqualified. Like, I've had it with this little man, but whereas but not because, because he couldn't beat Ricky, but also Ricky just kind of kept hurting him. It's like Galactus ignores you until you suddenly go like, ow, you got Galactus.
Until you bring out a
He's
baby.
like, you little shit, Yeah.
Yeah. I could say, you know what? I like that. I like that a lot, actually.
And also, Obafemi has
saves face for everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone looks strong. Ricky Saints gets that W against Obafemi.
Yeah, and also, Obafemi's never been, a bad guy, ruthless. He's never been ruthless mean. He's gotten angry.
He's been a tweener.
Yeah, he's gotten angry before, but he hasn't been, ruthless or, unhinged. It would be nice to see him maybe, dabble in some, real heel action. Even when he was skirting on heel, you knew how much you liked him. You know what I mean? I don't know. I have we all know that I have not been up on my NXT. If you go back, a year or two, when Obafemi first came out and first won the title, I wasn't watching. So who am I to talk?
But this weekend on Sunday on KPHR and where you find podcasts, we'll be talking about Deadline, Final Battle, TNA. Even TNA has a TNA Plus show on Friday. Well, we probably won't talk about that.
If we're talking about this, that means you expect me to watch all this.
You know it, buddy.
All right.
And with notes.
All right.
I'll bake you some cookies.
I did my phone. I just said a few things to my phone. Maybe I'll just talk to my phone. I'll watch stuff and
I was going to say do voice notes.
I was like, that was pretty cool.
And then play the voice notes on the radio because that'll bring in ratings.
I'm like, oh yeah, Tony Storm looks really cool in the mechanic outfit. Marina Shafir. Oh look, dyed her hair again. I don't know. All the stuff I talk about when the shows are on. I talk about people's outfits a lot.
I know. I've noticed.
I don't know
why. Hilarious.
What's
you're at that age. Just something
at
you
that
that you
age.
notice at this point.
Yeah, I know. There's too many women in my life. I leave this room, walk into the next room, and somebody's watching Drag Race, and then I'm like, oh, hey, that's a nice fringe on that, you know? I already made a Drag
I
Race
can't
joke
complain.
on the last thing.
I know. Hey, I can't complain. I love my Bravo reality TV, Below Deck. Love all of them. All of them. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, one of my favorite. And then yesterday, Vanderpump Rules restarted. Booyah.
Booyah. Hey, dude, we have like a scrolling banner.
Yeah, man.
You
You like
subscribe
that?
to at Hutch. You're putting me over? Dude, I like it.
Yeah, man.
Not a lot of people put me
Look
over.
at us.
I've
Look at
been
us in
reading the
tech.
comments. Nah, it's sad. I'm kidding. All right, I promise I'll be a little more. I'll be less subdued on the next podcast.
It's like someone shot a dart at you that's like keeping you too tranquilo.
Whatever, man. I'll put like if the baby's down, like if she comes over again with her baby, we're gonna have a conversation. If it's on a podcast night, and if so, maybe I'll just lock them in the bathroom. I actually
Sunday,
don't think
Wednesdays.
they're probably in another. They're probably asleep now in another room. But I'm just trying to be respectful.
There you go. Hutch, what's up? What's going on? Whoa. You have a show, what, next Thursday? Yeah, it's already, no, 2 Thursdays from now.
Yeah, God, I sure hope so. Yes, 2 Thursdays from now. I thought you were about to say Tranquilo
Wednesday,
or something
Thursday.
like that. Are we?
You have the Wednesday, Thursday. You have the Wednesday, Thursday.
Oh yeah, definitely. Thursday here in town. So we're doing Oshawa Biltmore Theater on the 17th. That's gonna be super fun. Joey Janela in the house. Jack Cartwheel in the house. Brillante RB, who's like freaking awesome luchador. Gringo Loco. I think we've got the next night in Toronto. All those people plus Santa again. I think we're putting Santa through some tables. Barbed wire. We're gonna put Santa through the ringer. And we also got Beast Mortos, Jody Threat. Who else do we got? Los Medicos. I think Fresh Air. We're doing really good with Junior Benito. Putting him in some nice big matches. Latigo. So still got some authentic luchadors we're bringing up. Some good stuff. Ladies
Awesome.
matches. Silesia Sparks in the house.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Pretty good stuff, man.
Yeah,
Where can we find all your-
luchamarket.com. Check it out. Luchamarket.com, at Hutch Henry's, at Demand Lucha, all that good stuff. Yeah, I guess I should get better on the promotion side. But you and I, we might be starting a Patreon. We might be taking EH and this Hutch Henry stuff in midcast.
A.
And we're gonna
It's A. It's not
A,
EH. It's A
EH
plus.
Sorry,
A plus.
you're right. See,
A
somebody
plus.
else has been saying it to me. Other people are saying it to me, and now I'm starting to say it that way. See, here we go. This is why we're going to rebrand. We're going to rebrand in some fashion. Or, I mean, you still have your A plus wrestling, but we might rebrand this to make it easier for everybody to keep track of it. Who knows? But
We're
yeah,
going to be doing stuff. January.
But for now,
January.
at Hutch Henry's and at Demand Lucha.
Yep. January's big month for us. Tons of stuff. Gonna do more interviews, more roundtables, more side quests, as I like to call them. By the way, radio show's moving. We're moving from Monday to Thursdays. So that will give us more time, I think, to do some of these side quests.
I actually do have a lot of
hope
stuff
so.
written down here. Like I have notes for somebody who doesn't take notes. I actually have notes everywhere, all over the place in my office.
Are any
They're
of
just
those
not
relevant to this?
to what we're watching? No, but they are relevant to podcast ideas, like roundtable ideas, flushing out stuff. Like even when I mentioned there quickly, and I was like, is Triple H doing what he's doing? What is he trying to emulate? The road that both Daniel Bryan and kind of Roman Reigns had, even though that wasn't on purpose. They realized, hey, this worked, and I was trying to, that's when I was going through like, wow, okay, a lot of it really does mirror it. This win, that loss, this win, fans reacting this way, and like maybe they're trying to manufacture it now, which I actually don't actually think that now that I've written it all down. But yeah.
At some point,
I also have
you
man.
thought it.
We were talking about Nigel McGuinness. Got some great ideas of like how McGuinness and Daniel Bryan can like kind of have a feud right now, but without being in the ring, and how there can be real stakes on the table, and be great roundtable subject. But it's more presenting it in a succinct sentence or two as a posed question to somebody like a Brian Solomon or a Tempest or a another podcast guy, like pick somebody. Right, and say here is the premise. What do you think? And then they come with their portion of it, right? So, yeah, lots of stuff coming up. We're gonna make a soup, and hopefully it's gonna taste good.
Gonna be a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Stir it, and we'll see what comes out.
Yeah,
aplusproductions.com.
We all know I have my money on the fact that the masked man from Survivor Series is going to be Andrade. It's not Austin Theory, it's Andrade for darn sure. My second choice is that it might be James Ellsworth.
Obafemi.
No, that guy was too small for Obafemi. Although it could be Cole Cabana if he's lost a bit of weight.
Until the person unmasks, it could literally be anyone.
It really could. I was thinking that since he got
Black
probably
Scorpion. Another Black Scorpion stuff going on.
Since the guy got in and directly super kicked and stomped CM Punk, I think under the mask it might be CM Punk because we know he hates himself.
Jesus Christ.
I think they've got cloning technology going on, right? He started the research when he knew Larry was going to die. So, and then he's like, we should just use this on myself and use it as an angle. And then we'll get another Larry soon too, right? It's all happening.
aplusproductions.com. That's where you can find all the info for all of the shows. If you like sports and entertainment and so much more, go to your favorite podcasting app and search for A Plus Productions. If you just want the wrestling shows, go to your favorite podcasting app, search for A Plus Wrestling, hit that subscribe, leave a review. And yeah, man, we have so many things going on. Be part of the conversation. Best part, to be part of the conversation. I can't even look at you right now. Facebook.com and search for A Plus Productions. Because if I looked at you, I would have burst out laughing. And
less Valium. I'll take less Valium next time, okay? We'll be good. We'll be good to go.
Or take more. I don't know which one.
I'll crush
I don't know which Hutch I like more. I don't know which Hutch I like more right now.
All right, we'll give you this one a few more times, and then you'll know. What I'll start doing is on midcast, I'll stop crushing up my Ritalin and snorting it, and I'll just take it like normal, and then we'll get this, Jay. Okay.
Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for listening, Hutch. Always a pleasure. Really, honestly, it's been fun.
Kilo, brother. Yeah, well, I'll talk to you soon. Unfortunately, Sunday. Damn, how many days I got? Bye, everybody.
Tranquilo.